dreams go. Life is a barren field where the dirt and dust blow. The house that Earl built, where some things change, but the dream remains the same.
Down low. They're side by side to the line. Off corner number 4. Brandon Shepherd wins it.
I've always loved it since the first time I came here.
It's going to be Scott Bloomquist winning his 8th Dirt Late Model Dream. $100,000 richer here at Eldora Speedway.
It's a Cinderella story.
25 pounds light, Scott Bloomquist disqualified.
$273,000 this week.
This is our Daytona 500. This is it.
I've been waiting on this race ever since we left here.
Demo is mine. He has to get his own.
Cars are loud as can be, but you can hear them cheering.
The dream is to win it. You know, you want to win the dream.
Eldora, I guess that's all I can say. We're going to keep fighting. We don't give up. We'll be here till the end.
This is what I wanted to be, you know, the whole time I was growing up. I didn't want to do anything else. I wanted to be a race car driver.
And for the second time in his career, Jonathan Davenport wins the Dirt Late Model Dream.
It's been a hell of a journey, and it's not over yet.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final night of racing action here at Eldora Speedway, the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. 6 traditional heat races, 2 B mains, and a 100-lap, $100,000 to win main event is on the card here tonight. James Essex, the National Dirt Late Model Hall of Famer, is joining me. I'm Dustin Jarrett. We got Mike Norris, Ben Shelton, and Randy Weaver in the infield. James, tonight is the night we crown someone a winner of the original 6-figure Dirt Late Model payday.
Well, it all started, in 1995? $100,000 to win the night, $700,000 paid out this week. Coming off an electrifying night last night, Jonathan Davenport and Josh Rice, his first ever win at Eldora. It is Christmas morning. I mean, the World Wonder, the dirt track, dream, it's all great. We're at the Mecca. We're ready to go.
All right, hey, let's not waste any more time here. We're going to roll into Dirt Draft Hot Laps very quickly here this evening. Very quick look at your race info. We just mentioned Dirt Draft Hot Laps and opening ceremonies. 6 15-lap heat races tonight, 2 B mains. The laps on those could be adjusted. 100 laps, $100,000 to win Dirt Late Model Dream. Of course, Jonathan Davenport is the defending winner of this race. James, the track facts, this track opened
1954, right? Earl Baltus, of course, built it out of the cornfields here in Western Ohio. Tony Stewart became the new owner in 2004. So in the last 71 years, this track has had 2 owners, which is pretty incredible. And to work for both Earl and Tony has been a privilege and a pleasure. And man, I'm looking forward to tonight, buddy. We started with 100 cars. We're going to narrow it down tonight for $100,000.
Absolutely, James. Looks good outside right now. Calling for rain later this evening. We got broken clouds for you, James, and we hope that they're going to stay broken and not hover over top of this racetrack later on tonight. We're going to step aside for a very quick set of commercial breaks. When we come back, Michael Rigsby and Randy Weaver will join us from the Media Center. Dirt Draft Hot Laps are getting staged. You're watching it live on FloRacing.
This isn't just a shop. It's where racers build products for racers with blood, sweat, and gears. At Buzzy Racing, we know what's at stake because we race too. From rear-end rebuilds and tube straightening to dyno-tested steering boxes and transmission overhauls, we don't just fix it, we build it like it's our own. Family-owned, track-proven, built with purpose, built to win.
I love the sound of someone getting their money's worth. I mean, where else are you going to get ahs like that for 89 cents? Only in Casey's Country. It's not crazy, it's Casey's. For a limited time, get medium fountain drinks for just 89 cents.
It is going to be one of those hurry-up kind of nights at Eldora Speedway with a chance of rain pushing in later tonight around 9:30. Eldora Speedway taking no chances, and neither are we. Randy Weaver and Michael Rigsby inside the Infield Media Center here at Eldora Speedway. Randy, we're only about 2 minutes away from hot laps. We don't have a lot of time. This place is still buzzing over Josh Rice last night. Good for the sport, wasn't it?
Yes, it really was, and I talked to Josh and them down there today, and they're still so excited, and good for them, and I wouldn't count him out for tonight.
If you had a large sum of money, and Randy's very successful, he just might, 49, 32, 17M, would you take the field or would you take those three tonight?
I would take those three.
You would take those three if you had to place one bet.
I would.
Who is your pick to win tonight?
From now, we're looking at the fourth different track condition we're going to have this week. It's going to play towards the 49, I think, if the weather stays out. If the weather comes in, then the 32's back a factor. But either way, that group is going to be there.
Yeah, Jonathan Davenport in that first heat. Tim McCready, Nick Hoffman, Tyler Urban, Jonathan Davenport, the top four cars in that first, probably strongest heat of that first group. I think we are just mere seconds away from hot laps getting started. A reminder, Randy and I will be down here after the race is over for a full post-race press conference with the top three, and Randy and I will wrap up later tonight. But for right now, James Essex and Dustin Jarrett have Dream 31 kicking off at 5:07 Eastern time, boys. Take it away from the tower.
I'm a fan, Michael Rigsby.
16 consecutive races, 16 consecutive dreams, right, buddy?
Yes, I love it, man. It's so great to be back here with you. Yep, first set of cars on the track for Dirt Draft Hot Laps again. I'm not sure hurry-up mode is the right word, but as Michael Rigsby said, we're not going to tempt fate here this evening. You saw the turbo lead. Uncle T, Tyler about there in the 0-1. There is the Big 11 Little 4, the 114 of Evan Kohler. Behind him is going to be the 81 of Jason Riggs on the track. And behind him, James, be the driver. He missed the invert by not just one car, not just one spot. He missed it by 1 point.
Wow.
It's Orca, California's Dylan Thornton and the Cody Summer, DRT number 13.
That would be a great story to put it in the show here tonight. There's the 97 car. That is the veteran Cade Dillard. Cade Dillard out of Robeline, Louisiana. Behind him, Tim McCready. He's won the World 100. He's won the World of Outlaws and Lucas Oil titles. He'll be on the pole of heat number 1. And again, the winner of heat number 1 will start 6th here tonight. There's the NOS Energy number 9 for Ty Torek. Ty Torek, of course, out of Coshocton, Ohio. Nick Hoffman out of Mooresville, North Carolina, by way of Belleville, Illinois, in car number 9.
We also saw the 7 of Montana Dudley on the racetrack, and heading into turns 1 and 2 right now, the Fast 49 goes without saying, one of the favorites here tonight, Superman Jonathan Davenport. He would be gunning for his 3rd straight dirt late model dream.
And his 4th overall, the 07, the Schwartz car, Ben Sukup, Norfolk, Nebraska, trying to make it in his first dirt late model dream. Some stats. Dale McDowell, 17 consecutive, right, DJ? He's going to start inside row 2 of heat 5. If he wins heat 5, he'll start on the outside front row. I think we just ought to start him 20th just for the heck of it, just to see what he can do, right?
The lineup for this 5th heat race tonight is incredible.
It's always heat 5, right? It always comes back to heat 5.
Something about heat 5. Madden, McDowell, Austin Smith's on the pole. You've also got Madden, McDowell,
English,
Thornton, English, Mike Marlar, Carson Ferguson, Devin Moran, Mason Ziegler, Dennis Erb Jr., among others, Jason Jameson. That's an incredible heat race. So as always,
Carson Ferguson did have to go to a backup car, we understand. So if you do that, according to the rules, you have to start on the tail of your heat race. But thankfully, Carson, I know Chris Simpson left, and
there he is.
Wishes. Then there's Carson right there, Chris Ferguson. And I'm just thankful they're all okay. And I know Chris is a little bruised up, he said, but making his way back to the Hawkeye State and give your family a hug, right?
Absolutely. Also,
thankfully they're okay. Thankfully these cars are built,
Yes. Also,
better than ever before.
Ross Bales, I believe, had to head home last night as well, and Austin Kirkpatrick will take the reins of his own 11 AK, so he will, of course, fall to the tail end of the field.
Will the check from Paco's Tacos come through?
Yes.
Well, there's the man of the hour, right?
There he is.
Josh Rice, the 11 car, first win here last night, $30,000. Think about that. He had never won at Brownstown. He'd won here in a modified before, but never in a late model. Back-to-back within a week, he wins at Brownstown and Eldora. Pretty good for the current Northern All-Star Series points leader. By the way, Dustin Jarrett.
Yes, James.
He's got it on his schedule. Little question mark, but he's going to make it official maybe. He will be at Lernerville. Josh Rice is looking for that in a couple of weeks. So for the Firecracker.
19th Annual Firecracker 100. Again, Group 2 making their way, or Heat Race 2, making their way on the track for Dirt Draft Tot Laps. Again, all of our heat races tonight, 15 laps, top 3 transfer when Heat 2 races. They'll be vying for starting spots 5, 8, and 14 this evening. That driver will be on the pole, Dustin Sorensen, who is the defending World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. Chris Ferguson will be on the outside. There's a look at the 25 of Chad Simpson. He will start in the 12th position in Ibach Springs, heat race number 2, a little bit later on here this evening.
Josh Rice, by the way, did run out of T-shirts. So if you're wanting a Josh Rice shirt, they're going to have to restock for the next race. Now, as far as the points, everybody's wondering, how do you get this? The invert was a 4 that Jonathan Davenport spun. So you take the points combined from, Thursday, last night, combine those. That's through qualifying, heat races, B-mains, and features.
Yes.
Jonathan Davenport ended up with the most at 493. Josh Rice is second at 490. So those two drivers are locked in no matter what. So if they make it out of a heat, or if they don't, they would start 19th and 20th, right?
That is correct, yes.
So then you go to Bobby Pierce and Brandon Overton, Ricky Thornton Jr., Garrett Alberson is 6th in the points. So you just keep going down the line. But that's after the heat races.
Yeah.
So B-mains don't, you'll know before the B-mains who's going to start 19th and 20th.
That's correct. We will lock 18 drivers in through the heat races tonight. Again, the top 3 out of 6 heat races. That'll give us 18 cars. The 2 highest point drivers, as James alluded to, that have not raced their way in. The 2 highest point drivers that have not raced their way in will start 19th and 20th. And then the balance of the field will be made up by the drivers that race their way in out of 2 B-mains. A little bit later on this evening, there's Alan Stickney. It looks like a backup car Alan Stick has gone to. He was in a white and blue number 11. He is now in a white and green number 11.
We talked about, how many passes did we have for the lead last night? Lead changes, different leaders. Corey Lawler fastest.
Corey Lawler fastest, yeah.
Pancho's son, you go. But we talked about, DJ, I know you talked about it on the Dirtcast video this week on Dirt on Dirt. In the last 2 Crown Jewel races here at Eldora, that go back to the World 100 last September 2024, there were 9 lead changes among 4 drivers. I think you noted that, right, on the video cast?
The Dirt Track World Championship?
No, the World 100. There were 9 lead changes among 4 drivers. The Dirt Track World Championship, 6 lead changes among 3 drivers.
Yeah.
And last night we had a boatload of different leaders, lead changes. So to where people say Eldora's, it's been back since about last September, right? It didn't go anywhere, right?
It's so funny because last year Jonathan Davenport led all 100 laps. He was the first driver to lead all 100 laps of the Dream since Clanton did it back in 2012. The first driver in 13 years to do that. And Eldora's done. You can't pass.
Well, Davenport dominated last night. Davenport started 6th last night. Josh Rice started 5th, right?
I'll take it. Let's
go. That was a good 10 laps, my friend. Great call on.
Great.
That was awesome,
laps.
wasn't it?
The last 10 were good. The last 50 were outstanding. Crossing cars over right now from the first couple of groups. Let's toss it down to maybe the members of our broadcast team joining us in the infield once again. We got Mike Norris, Ben Shelton, and Randy Weaver joining us again tonight. Guys, how's the track looking from your vantage point?
Well, from my vantage point, they're trying to work it in right now. Randy Weaver, you know what it's like to sit in the cockpit and pull out there and see it. What do you see out of this racetrack?
Well, it's definitely better than it was last night already. So right in turn 1 where the 4-wheeler's sitting, that's where everybody has to get out of the gas, get on the brake. Usually Diggs is a big rut right there. So they worked on that hard today, and looks like they've got it in really good shape. So we should see this track blow off a lot quicker than we have all week just because of the weather.
A couple of notes, guys. One, right now, it has been a moving target all week on weather. Right now, around 9 o'clock, all bets might be all passed in. That's why we're starting early. Also, I talked to Bob Pierce down there, and he said a lot of bolt-on parts on that 32 car. They thought it might have bent the rear end. It did not. They didn't have to replace that. They replaced everything else. While they hated the wreck last night, they tore the race car up. As bad as it was, Mike Norris, they still were in contention for the win. That gives them a lot of confidence here for today. What did you find out in the pits?
Yeah, just a lot of guys crossing their T's, dotting their I's, and making sure they got a good piece for tonight. And got a chance to talk to Will Harrington. They got that car put back together in the Bruce Kane-owned 15K, but guys up front, of course, just making sure everything's ready to go. After a rough last night, they had to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, but I think everybody's ready to go.
I saw Will Harrington after the race last night. I was talking about the rollover he had.
Yeah.
He said, I said, it reminded me of what is Earnhardt in 99, right?
Yes.
He goes, I just happened to watch the Earnhardt documentary last week on Netflix.
I watched it too.
And he goes, I go, he was thinking the same thing. Thankfully, everybody was okay after last night.
I ran into Bruce Kane a little bit earlier on this afternoon, and he said, we joked, maybe we'll just show up here with a black number 3 in
Why
September.
Not? Right.
Oh, the drivers that are going to be in Box Springs Heat Race number 3 are making their way on the track, and goes without saying, that guy on your screen, one of the favorites to win his first Dirt Late Model Dream here this evening, the smooth operator Bobby Pierce. He will roll from the 4th starting spot in Heat Race number 3 here a little bit later on tonight. The drivers in Heat Race number 3 will be gunning for starting spots 4, 9, and 15 in tonight's 100 lap main event. How about the run that guy had last night, James Timmy Culp out of Prattsville, Arkansas? He is actually he had a top 5 run last night, and he is 9th in the Dirt Late Model Dream points.
And he'll start inside row 2 of Heat 3.
Yes.
So 7 former winners are in the heat races tonight. Davenport 3 wins, Overton 3 wins. Of course, Shepard, McDowell, Dennis Erb Jr., Clanton, and Jimmy Owens have all won this race. But the list of drivers that haven't is just, I mean, unbelievable. It's still hard to believe, like Chris Madden has never won a crown jewel here. You know, Devin Moran has never won a crown jewel race here. Oh, by the way, yes, I did see it earlier. The two-seater.
Okay, yeah.
It was official.
It's public. It's public now. Yes.
Public knowledge now. You held it top secret. You did a great job with that.
Thank you. Donnie Moran. Donnie Moran, the $1 Million Man,
Don.
the original. Yes,
Big Don, as they call him.
Don going to be driving the two-seater tonight. Matter of fact, they sold out of two-seater tickets. And so excited to have Donnie Moran back behind the wheel.
That's good.
Here at the Big E. Yeah, that'll be cool.
That's awesome.
That'll be very cool.
Oh, he'll have a smile on his face. Well, hopefully he does better than Devin did. Devin got a flat tire before they even ran a lap last night with the two-seater.
I talked to Matt Altiers a little bit earlier on. Matt's like, man, I felt so bad. I'm like, you can only control so much.
I think it's a Warrior chassis. What is it, a 602, 604? It's got a crate motor in it.
Yes.
He's one of them Rayburn 525s in there.
It is. It's a former Donnie Moran driving school car as well.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Matt. I don't know if he still does. He used to keep it at Donnie Moran's shop. They're just, and the
$1 million car is still there, right?
It is still there.
CJ Rayburn $1 million car.
Yeah, or at least it was. I've not been to Donnie's shop in a couple years. You stop out there every once in a while and see Donnie and the Moran family. But yeah,
we'll see them coming up next month, Muskegon County.
Yes, can't
with
wait.
The Lucas Oil Series.
And
they in action next week at the Smoky Mountain in Lernerville.
The fans at Muskegon County will be parked all the way down to Big Don's shop.
They will be. They will be. Great fireworks display as well. That'll be on July the 5th. July 4th will be at Atomic Speedway. I saw Brian Holbert. Did you see Brian Holbert? He is here.
There is a Brian Holbert site.
Because USAC rained out last night at Bloomington during hot laps and rained out tonight at Hopstad. He runs tomorrow at Kokomo. And so glad to have Brian with us tonight.
I talked to him for a good little while earlier on today. Jimmy Owens, the quickest now in Dirt Draft Hot Laps, 16045.
Down yonder.
Down yonder.
We need a down yonder and some gum.
Move over Juicy Fruit. Owens will be the pole sitter for the third iBox Springs heat race here tonight. Juicy Fruit or a Fruit Stripe? I've had Fruit Stripes, man. I mean, the flavor lasts
still have those?
3 minutes. Remember you used to get like the tattoo or something in there?
I kind of like Bubblicious and Bubble Yum and the Big League Chew. Did you like Big League Chew? When you played baseball, did you have the big league chew? Or did you have did you have the actual chew?
No, and Little League, man, you got the big league chew out. You thought you were something, and then your jaw hurt about 20 minutes after chewing on that brick.
Like Dan Quisenberry, remember when he was pitching for the sinker,
yes,
yeah,
Bob Tewksbury.
Heat race. Colby.
That's right. The drivers in heat race number 4 made their way out on the track for Dirt Draft Hot Laps. When this heat race comes out to run, they will be gunning for starting spots 3, 10, and 16 in tonight's main event.
There's the 22-star car. That'll be Drake Troutman. Drake Troutman, last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Lucas Oil Series, currently leading the World of Outlaw Series Rookie of the Year standings. In car 22 for GR and Cindy Smith. Right now, Drake is 4th in the series points. For the Outlaws, there is, he's going to be in his dad's car, right?
Well, so his dad was in his car last night, so they pulled the switcheroo on us. So that is that looks to be the 20. Look at the little.
So he will move to the tail, right? I believe is what was told to me. That.
Yes, yeah, and there's Freddie. I love everything about it. I'm here for it.
Remember what Wheatland, was it 2 years ago with Chris Hawkins and all that, and they had different doors on different cars?
Yeah, Chris Hawkins,
they had
one number, Garner, yes,
different than the other on each side, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, the Shiny Heiny Truck Wash house car
was not on there yet. It was not a Shiny Heiny Truck Wash on opening. There's Brandon Shepard. He'll start 3rd in this evening's A main, and there's the pole sitter for heat race number 4.
How about that?
Looking to be the first driver from Montana to make the dirt late model dream, right? Michael Leach. There is your favorite Gustin, Ryan Gustin. How about Jimmy Gustin getting the win at Marshalltown last night in the IMCA stock cars?
What if Montana Dudley makes it? Now, how would we describe that? Because he's not from Montana, he's from Alabama.
He's not, yes.
His wife's named Dakota. What about Hannah Montana? She never did make an attempt at the dream, did she?
Relatively certain that never happened. I think, yeah. There's Hudson O'Neill. He's going to have a tough road to hoe. He's got to come from the 8th starting spot tonight. There's, again, we mentioned earlier, Ross Bales had to head home. So it's going to be Austin Kirkpatrick taking the reins of his own number 11 AK. That car was already scheduled to start at the tail of the field. And Michael Leach, the pole sitter for this one, trying to make the dirt late model dream for the first time, is quickest in that set of dirt draft hot laps.
Ben Shelton, I'm sure that Michael Leach, his dad and Steve Arpin, right there, the owners of Longhorn?
As I understand it, yes, sir.
Okay.
Hey, here's a question, guys. Has anybody from Montana ever tried to make this race, period?
I don't.
Also,
Ernie Irvin was in it one year. Ernie Irvin started the World 100, I think, in 80.
Well, he's from Ocala, Florida.
He's definitely not from Montana, though, James.
Oh, he's not from Montana. He's originally from California.
James, these reaches you make sometimes, it leaves DJ and I scrambling. Also found out, so Montana Dudley, you talked about his wife's name, Dakota.
Right. Their daughter. Is
Bristol.
This where you're going? Yeah.
Is Bristol. So, yeah. I mean, we're knocking down a lot of things off the bingo card within the Dudley family.
I'm here for it.
I hope they both make it. That'd be pretty cool.
All we're missing is the do-right from the Dudley family, so... Well, guys, I tell you what, they're moving things along here. Randy, right now, if you were in the first heat race of the night, you want to be starting on the inside or the outside?
Oh, I think always inside here. I mean, very seldom that outside gets to dictate how you enter turn 1. And I talked to Josh Rice, a couple other guys today, and they is all dreading that starting on the outside rows just because you can't turn her in and defend the bottom. So them sliders will be coming shortly, I promise.
Randy Weaver, I have a question for you. Chris Madden is on the front row of Heat 5. Shane Clanton on the pole of Heat 6. Very limited starts this year. Is that going to be an advantage or disadvantage here tonight?
I don't think with those two it will matter. I mean, they've raced forever, and one thing about those two, they know how important it is to have your race car really, really good here. So since they hadn't been racing a lot, it's probably given them a lot of extra time to make sure their car is good and they're in good positions to capitalize on it.
That's why he's the best, right?
Weaver?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We got the best pit reporter and the best driver analyst.
Wow. So
right? I mean,
so who's the best pit reporter and who's the best driver analyst?
Well,
I would be the best driver analyst, but nobody will let me get in the car. I've been talking to Randy since we have him announcing. I'm like, can I drive one of the cars? And he doesn't say no, but he just doesn't answer. So I think I can read between those lines.
I mean, we will see Michael Norris at Lernerville in a couple weeks. Right, Mike?
We'll actually see a couple Michael Norrises over there.
Oh, yeah. Father and son.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I'd say as far as pit reporters go, Michael Norris take the cake in, driving. I guess Randy could be better than Michael Norris.
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it.
Heat race number 5.
I didn't think it was going to lead to all that. There's
did.
Carson Ferguson, and again, thankfully, thank the good Lord that everything is okay after last night with him, and the car not so much. And I got to go to the backup car today for Paler Motorsports, but Carson Ferguson, he's going to put on. He's being fast all week in that other car. I mean, he was fast time here on Wednesday, right?
Yes.
He's fast time on Thursday, and we'll see what he can do tonight in the backup. He'll have to go to the back. There's Chris Madden for GR Smith. Like I said, Outfights front row. Never won a crown jewel here. He's only got a handful of starts anywhere this year.
Yeah.
See what happens here tonight.
Yeah, Devin Moran again. I mean, these are all drivers in the 5th heat you're looking at right now. I mean, it's incredible. Devin Moran. Behind Devin Moran, you're going to see the 157. Yep, there's Mike Marlar. Who else? We got Dale McDowell is in this 5th heat race. Carson Brown. There's McDowell. He's looking to make this race 18 straight years. Think about that.
I don't know if anybody ever done that.
I can't.
I don't even know Scott.
Hold on, what's Levi Jones tossing out from the... Levi Jones tossing something from the perch up here. It's raining.
I was talking to Brian Holbert.
It's raining stickers or something up there.
That better be the only
I
thing
like it.
raining,
Eldora
right?
Speedway stickers. There you go.
By the way, the Levi Jones tribute race. It's a tribute or a classic.
It'll get rained out. It gets
it's
rained
Friday
out.
night. USAC right here.
On
so
Flow.
USAC National Sprint right here on Flow.
Yes.
I was talking to Holbert about that. I go, he wanted to make sure it's not a memorial race, right? So it's good. It's good.
Yes, no, it's not a memorial.
No, we're good to go.
We've already got the Kevin Kovac memorial notes set.
And he's here. I saw him.
You saw Kovac?
I saw Kovac. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I saw his. Yes, he just come out of the cafeteria.
Fine. The cafeteria? What is it? What are we in grade?
You know how we are in the media city. We got all kinds of stuff.
Did he get the rectangular piece of pizza as well? I mean,
and the applesauce. 15339.
Cafeteria.
Ricky Thornton.
All right, let's go straight water up there the rest of the night for you two. I was talking to Shane McDowell earlier, and with Dale being in Heat 5, he said, it's really stressful, and you've touched on it many times before, DJ. The winner of that one starts outside front row, but second starts 11th, and the third place finisher starts in position 17. And he's like, man, that can be a big difference of where you got to start. And I asked him if they prefer to finish third, because usually once you put McDowell back in the pack, he does better, and he kind of grinned. He goes, no, first sounds a lot better than finishing third.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to sandbag, right? If he's leading on the final lap, he's not going to back out and let somebody pass him, right?
Well, again, if you were here in the main grandstands, keep your eyes open. GM Levi Jones tossing some stickers into the crowd. So if you were here in the main grandstand area, that's what is raining down upon you right now.
What is he throwing? Stickers?
Yes, that's what I just said. You're cut off. Too many Oreos. Too many cow tails. Hey, we do thank the fans.
We had Zagnuts, though.
Yes, we got strawberry donuts. We have got Oreos. We've got all kinds of good. Thank you to the fans for all the great stuff they've given to us. Randy.
Yeah, guys, I was just going to hit on something here. We keep talking. Every group comes out. We're like, wow, what a heat race. Well, there is no such thing as an easy heat race up here. And just to see the caliber of cars that just keeps pulling out that, they say there's some tougher than others, but I'm telling you, they're all hard.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, it's the same, for the 3 Crown Jewel races here, the Dirt Track World Championship, the World 100. By the way, tickets still on sale for the World 100 coming up here in September.
And Carl Schwartz.
And Carl Schwartz Dirt Track World Championship. Camping and tickets available. EldoraSpeedway.com. Don't forget, we're going to go away at Denago by courtesy of Dave Warren Power Sports. I believe it was up in the utility building.
And I have an update on that, please. By the way. And this is something, is one of those things you don't know if you don't know, right? The correct pronunciation, I don't know this, is Denago. I did not know that. So there we go.
Donago. It's on.
So,
it's also on.
Donago's on. Yeah, it is. It's actually Kathy Albertson was the one that let me know. She goes, I didn't know what it was either. So Kathy, thank you for that. So Donago Power Sports, we appreciate them coming on board.
Be sure to give that away at the Dirt Track
racing.
World Championship. And again, tickets and camping on sale at EldoraSpeedway.com. Again, for the World 100, I'm sure it'll be. Well, we had a record crowd last year. We got a great crowd here tonight.
So these are drivers in heat race number 6 that are on the racetrack right now. A quick 2-lap hot lap session in Dirt Draft Hot Laps. Get those Dirt Draft Fantasy lineups set. And again, when heat race 6 rolls out, James, they will be vying for the pole and 12th in 18th. So you win, you start on the pole. If you get second, you start 12th. That is a big difference.
Ricky Thorne Jr., 15.339. Again, he's never won a Crown Jewel race here at Eldora. Max Blair, he's looking for a big win, 15.471. Garrett Albertson at 15.526. So those are the 6 heat cars. They will head back to the pit area. We'll get ready for pre-race ceremonies and 6 heat races tonight. They will be 15 laps apiece. The top 3 will transfer. If you are the top in the points and you don't make it out of a heat race, you will start 19th and 20th. Right now, that order will be Davenport, Rice, Pierce, Overton, Thornton, Ricky Thornton, and Albertson.
There you go. All right, next up, opening ceremonies. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the 31st Annual Dirt Late Model Dream, and you're watching it all live right here on FloRacing.
Premier Health was first in the region. First emergency room, first ICU. We created the first ambulance in the air. We broke records. We made history. Our 110 years of experience were gained for this one split second.
We're going to take you to Miami Valley Hospital, okay?
We were granted level 1 trauma verification, the highest level of care for critically injured and sick patients. We treat patients that other hospitals can't. We're the most experienced. Premier Health.
Hosky's Performance Parts has been serving the Ohio River Valley and racers from all across the country since 1978.
Hosky's is also the home to Hoosier Tire Ohio Valley and Octane Race Products. We keep the popular name brands in stock and ship nationwide daily,
including Winner's Performance, Willwood Brakes, Bill Stein Shocks, Impact Safety Equipment, along with hundreds of others.
Visit us in Parkersburg, West Virginia, or online at Hosky.com.
Get ready for an amazing summer tradition. Country Concert 25, Fort Loramie, Ohio, July 10th, 11th, and 12th, with Blake Shelton, Brad Paisley, you gotta get a little mud on the tire, Parker McCollum, John Party, Brantley Gilbert, Co Wetzel, 40 artists, 4 stages, deluxe camping, coolers welcome. Get tickets now at countryconcert.com.
Race into 3 and off of 4. Your winner for the second feature is Turbo. Tyler gets it done.
Race fans, Dirt Draft is your #1 fantasy racing app. Play along with hundreds of events each year featuring the biggest stars in series and racing. Draft your team each race night and compete against hundreds of fans across the country. Or start your private league to battle your friends for the ultimate bragging rights. Accumulate points each race night and cash those points in for top prizes from the biggest brands. Sign up today and learn more at dirtdraft.com or download in Google Play or the App Store. Dirt Draft, your fantasy racing edge.
If you're like me, you take pride in a great-looking lawn. And my pride begins with my ride, a Grasshopper mower. Whether you roll it off the trailer or out of the garage, you'll get the power to effortlessly tackle tough terrain, mow around obstacles, or cut through thick grass and overgrowth. You'll trim, vacuum, mulch, and more, all from a driver's seat that's as comfortable as your favorite pair of jeans. The exclusive Powerfold deck even makes cleanup and storage a snap. Whether you're a pro or just want to mow like one, make a Grasshopper mower your ride.
Welcome back to Eldora Speedway, the final night of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream. Time now for opening ceremonies, and the first business, we're going to bring royalty to the stage. The original $1 Million Man. How about it for Donnie Moran? He's going to be wheeling the two-seater. Donnie, in just a second, you're going to make somebody happy now and really happy later when you put him in the race car. I'm just going to ask you, Devin had some bad luck last night. What did we learn from Devin's snafu that you're not going to let happen tonight?
Well, I hope they say it's not like son like father, you know, or father like son, whichever you want to do. But this is an honor to get to do this back here at Eldora Speedway. I'm nervous, I'm excited, and glad to see all you fans out here. And, you know, with my daughter and Abby got to escort me up here. And just best of luck to all the racers, and looking forward to getting to take a couple laps around Eldora again.
Well, I tell you what, let's reach in here, let's draw one out. And again, if you have this ticket, go back to turn number 4, the fan zone, where you bought the ticket. You got 10 minutes after this, and Donnie Moran's gonna take you for a spin later, and it is ticket number 340917. 340917. You're going to go out in the two-seater. Donnie, real quick, I know you're going to get ready for that, but you won the Dream in '96. You win the $1 Million in 2001. How cool is it to be here at any point on this Eldora Victory Lane stage?
It's pretty cool. Like I've told people my whole life, you know, getting to stand on Eldora stage, there's nothing like it. Look last night what Josh did. The emotions his and his family had, it's priceless. You know, there's nothing like the Eldora stage. It's the biggest stage of all times.
How about it, the $1 Million Man, Donnie Moran? Oh, he's gonna head back, get the two-seater ready, and while he does that, we'll catch up with Donnie later, and then we are gonna bring, I tell you what, Miss Eldora, let's hang out here. Let's bring Miss Savannah and Miss Abby out to the stage. All right, Savannah. When you brought Dad up here, do you get nervous walking your dad out to the stage?
No, I definitely don't get nervous walking him up here. He's so goofy, he'll just make a joke, whatever. But I actually have been a little bit nervous about him getting in the two-seater. He didn't even hear me. But yeah, no, I think it's great. It's so fun. Just my whole family being here. Just one out of my 4 brothers isn't here, but just family event, you know, it's the best.
It is family, Eldora's family. Abby, your fiance Bobby Pierce is going after $100,000 later tonight. But I saw you got some goodies. You and Savannah have been out here at Santa Claus. Christmas comes early in June. Where do people need to be watching for you ladies here tonight?
As always, you can find us on social media at Eldora Speedway or on TikTok at Eldora_Speedway. We released a video of us earlier today. The boys back here were not the only ones racing this weekend. Savannah and I were in the campgrounds yesterday. We had a race of our own. So if you haven't seen that yet, be sure to go check it out. And as always, enjoy the race tonight.
How about it for our Miss Eldora representatives, Miss Savannah and Miss Abby. DJ, big money on the line tonight. Tell us about this format.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Ben. We've got your 6 traditional heat races tonight. Top 4 in each heat race have been inverted. 15 laps, top 3 transfer. As always, the winner of Heat 1 will start 6th, and the winner of Heat 6 will start on the pole for the Dirt Late Model Dream. 2 B-mains here tonight. Again, of course, the Dream, $100,000 to win and 100 laps in distance. Ben Shelton, we are ready up here. We'll send it back down to you to the Eldora Speedway victory stage.
Thank you so much, Dustin. At this time, if you are able, we ask you to please rise for tonight's invocation on our Star Spangled Banner. Tonight's invocation by track chaplain Mike Unger.
Let us pray. Lord, we thank you for another day here on this planet Earth. And Lord, we just thank you for everybody being here. We thank you for the drivers and stuff to be here to put on the show tonight. And Lord, we especially thank you for the first responders and the people that have fought to give us the freedom to be here to do what we all love to do. So Lord, we just ask you to put a hedge of protection over everybody here, all the drivers, and as the people go home tonight. And all this we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mike. Now to the stage, welcome Mississippi's Chris Link with the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A great job on the Star-Spangled Banner. What about it turns 1 and 2? Are you ready here tonight? Turns 3 and 4, are you ready here tonight? Front straightaway, are you ready? Eldora Speedway, are you ready to dream at Eldora? Guys, it's time. They're fired up. Heat 1. Let's race here tonight. 100,000 on the line.
I'm here for it, man. I am here for it. Let's go.
I've been ready since Christmas. Let's go.
I've been ready since last June. Oh, man.
Let's go.
Miss Savannah, Miss Abby making their way across the racetrack. Mr. Joshua making his way across the racetrack as well.
Rob Penrod, Rick Monroe will be in the flag stand tonight. As their usual perch, 6 heat races, 15 laps apiece. The 4 invert, the top 3 will go to the 31st Dirt Late Model Dream Dustin Heat number 1.
They're gonna gun for starting spot 6, 7, and 13 here tonight. Your pole sitter out of Watertown, New York in the 9, T-Mac, Tim McCready, and on his outside, out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Tide Touring Racing number 9 is Nick Hoffman.
In the General Lee, it's Turbo Tyler Erb. He's in the Best Performance 01 car. He is out of New Waverly, Texas, and on the outside, 3-time Dirt Late Model Dream winner. He is in the Lance and Darla Landers Nutrient Ag Solutions entry. Out of Blairsville, Georgia, it's Jonathan Davenport.
Third row back on the inside, looking to race his way in his first Dirt Late Model Dream attempt. Originally from Orchid, California, the 13 is Dylan Thornton, and on his outside out of Romoline, Louisiana, in the 97, that is Cade Dillard.
Mark Widener, he's got a lot of big wins in a crate, looking for the biggest win of his career in a super late model. He's out of Middleburg, Florida, as the Magic Bandit on the outside, the 101, in a Bloomquist car. He's out of Talbot, Tennessee. That is Forrest Trent.
Chris Simpson scheduled me on the inside of row 5. He is a scratch. And glad that he was okay there last night. A little bit of foot pain afterwards. And on his outside, James, out of College Grove, Tennessee in the 81, that is Jason Riggs.
It's Montana Dudley in his Eldora debut. He is out of Phoenix City, Alabama. And Evan Kohler trying to make it into his biggest race of his career. He's out of Mount Airy, North Carolina in the 114E.
Ben Sukup on the inside of row 7. On his outside, slated to be Cody Overton. He is a scratch. Zach Dome is a scratch in the 17, Bryant Dickinson. We'll start shotgun on the field. This heat race, James, slated to have 16 starters. We have got 13 of the 16. Again, 15 laps, top 3 transfer, and those 3 transfer drivers will start 6th, 7th, and 13th in the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. Heat race number 1 is underway.
In the 1, Tyler Erb on the bottom. He led most of that second race last night. Finished in 3rd as they go into turn number 3. Tim McCready. The Briggs Transport number 1 Longhorn, or number 9 Longhorn out at turn number 4. Leads lap 1 here at Eldora.
Second spot in the lap number 1's Turbo. Jonathan Davenport in the 3rd spot. Again, they will start 6th, 7th, and 13th. And oh man,
they look like they were hooked together for a while.
I thought they were.
Dillard.
Yeah, there's some damage. You can see a little bit of damage on the hood of the 97 in the filler panel of Kate Dillard's 97. Dillard looking to make the dream for the first time in his career, James.
Tyler, of course, best performance just up the road in St. Mary's, Ohio. Right now at that 2nd spot. He's got a good hot rod into 1. Tim McCready's won 2 out of the last 3 World of Outlaw Series point races. He's a former World of Outlaw and Lucas Oil champion. He's former World 100 winner, trying to get his first dream. Right now, Davenport runs in 3rd. So if he stays there, DJ, he will start where?
He will start 13th.
Wow.
Turbo closing in on Tim McCready. That's the battle for the lead. Not a big difference in starting spots, though. Again, the winner of this one starts 6th. The driver that finishes 2nd will start 7th. So a matter of the outside of row 3 or inside of row 4 as McCready continues to turn back the challenges of Tyler Erb.
Davenport hanging on for that 3rd spot. Nick Hoffman and Austin Jurdik, number 9 for Ty Torrig. Now remember, if Davenport does not make it out of this E-race, he will start 19th. He does not have to run a B main. And that's been a rule for many, many years. Of course, the top point men did, and it used to be fast time back in the day. Meanwhile, it's about a 4-car length lead for McCready. In that Briggs Transport, Dave Warren Power Sports number 9. And that's heading out of the race is Bryant Dickinson, and he does not make it.
No.
He spins at the pit opening in turn 4, Dustin, and the caution is out.
Yeah,
wow.
Bryant Dickinson was trying to get into the pit area, but he got in a little too hot. And you nailed it, James. He lost the tail end of that car trying to get into the infield, and that's going to reshuffle the deck here in Box Springs. Heat race number 1. And we will see. That was really close. We'll see if they got that 7th lap in or not. It was really, really close. We'll see if we're at 7 laps in the books or 6. Either way, it's always a double file restart here at Eldora.
So McCready's led from the start in that Boom Briggs 9. Erb will be on the outside, then Davenport at Hoffman, Whitener and Dillard, Trent and Sukup, Riggs, Thornton, Dudley, Kohler, and Dickinson is out of the race. And again, Chris Simpson, Cody Overton, Zach Dome did not start at the, look out, they banged doors there. Turbo and T-Mac, and T-Mac is going to fall to 2nd. Turbo for the lead at turn 1.
Hoffman trying to get a run on the outside of Davenport, James.
He leaves him room. They go side by side into 3. Out at turn number 4. Davenport gets it back going. Hoffman on the loud pedal on the outside. Half a car length into 1. Then you have Mark Whitener. He has never made a dirt lap on a dream.
Boy,
Out of turn number 2, yep.
Whitener's been sending it this weekend, man. He has been absolute full send mode in that number 5, and that's what you got to do to try to race your way in. Right now, he's in 5th. Hoffman 4th, trailing Jonathan Davenport. If it ended right now, Davenport would start 13th in the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream.
If you get a look at Kate Dillard, he got into Whitener. Look at the front end of Dillard's car. As Ben Sukup out of the race, Dillard is that end of the radiator. We'll see here.
Yeah, Kate Dillard, he has got a filler panel and hood full of mud on the number 97 car, and he's currently just off your screen behind the white 5 of Whitener.
How about Tyler? Yeah, right there. So we'll see how that'll affect him here at the end of this race. Will he make it to the end? But right now, it is Tyler Erb on that restart. He and McCready banged doors, and he got the lead, and he is dominating right now with 3 to go. McCready Davenport is 3rd. McCready runs in 2nd. Hoffman is in 4th, and it's Whitener. Tyler Erb had a good hot rod last night. A stumble in turn 2. He still finished in 3rd. We thought he was going to bring out a caution, maybe.
Yeah, well, let's not forget he was 3rd by 5/1000ths of a second. Pierce got by.
Right.
Last lap as well. But he is running solid in this first Box Springs heat race. James, he's got a 2-second lead. White flag is out, 1 lap to go.
How many Daisy Dukes can you buy for 100,000? Eric and Kelly Brock's got to be smiling ear to ear. If he passes Tech, he will be starting 6th there tonight. Here he comes, Dustin Jarrett, Tyler Erb.
Checkered flag is out. Turbo, Tyler Erb is going to win Box Springs heat race number 1. Tim McCready 2nd. Jonathan Davenport third. Turbo will start sixth. McCready will start seventh. Davenport will start 13th. Hoffman, Whitener, Diller, Dudley, and the rest of the field, we will look for them. And one of this evening's 2B mains coming up a little bit later on this evening. So the third spot goes to Jonathan Davenport. He'll start 13th. Second goes to Tim McCready. He'll start 7th. And your winner tonight will start 6th in the Dirt Late Model Dream and the Langen Motor Mechanical Contractors Best Performance Motorsports First Class Septic and Pizza Roberts Beat Company. Number 01, how about an Eldora for Turbo? Tyler Erb.
Tyler Erb, 5 dream starts before tonight. 19th, his best finish, 15th a year ago, and that was in 2019 as he is running hot right now. They're pulling the hood off this race car. Try to get a word with him momentarily, as right now this racetrack is really fast. Everybody gets a bath down here. As Turbo's checking it, he's going to shut it down in just a second, make sure they get it cooled down. And that's going to be a challenge early in these heat races. Everything goes good. Turbo, you got to the lead on the restart. How were you able to do that?
Fucking trying my hardest, man. That was awesome. I've had a lot of really bad weekends here, and yesterday was very disappointing, but at the same time, you can't be mad racing with them guys. And I say it all the time, and you know, these guys don't get a lot of credit, so when I get up here, I gotta say thank you. But seriously, each and every person that helps us at Best Performance, Kaiser Manufacturing, Rocket Chassis, obviously, Clements Motor ran a little hot, but that was all she had, and obviously my guys, Cody, Caleb, I got Blake here, Spanky, my mom, everybody in the suite, Eric Brock. This is a really big deal for us, just being so close in St. Mary's, and we won our first battle of the day.
Tyler Erb, he wins heat race 1. He'll start 6th here tonight. Heat 2 on the Speedway.
Yep, and it's going green. Yep,
Bo and
going
Luke
green.
Duke as well. Dustin Sorensen on the pole, the 19, Rochester, Minnesota. Chris Ferguson on the outside in 22.
Yeah, Wilson, Rice, Hughes, Ebert, Duty, Lawler, the rest of the lineup there on your screen. They're going green this time, James. Ibach Springs, heat race number 2. The winner will start 5th. Second place will start 8th. And third will start 14th. 15 laps, green flag is out.
Dustin Sorensen, last year's World of Outlaws Series points lead, a little rub it here with Fergie, and that Stinger car for Brian Conard on the bottom. Here comes the big perm. They try to go 3 wide out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. The winner of this race, as you mentioned, starts 5th. Chris Ferguson, limited starts. He's only run a handful of times this year. He loves Eldora, and right now he is out in front. Here comes Dalton Wilson on the bottom. Wilson trying to get a bit on Sorensen. Dustin Sorensen right there on the outside. Big perm throwing it in, and he's got him in that James Ratliff 18D, DJ.
And Dustin Sorensen trying to race his way in for the first time in his career. Chris Ferguson out front in this one. You talk about the success the Mount Holly, North Carolina driver has had here at the Big E. He was 3rd in this race a few years back. Chris Ferguson, 5 times he's made the Dirt Late Model Dream, and he has got that Stinger race car out front by 1.1 seconds over Dalton Wilson. James, worth noting right now, Josh Rice runs 4th. He is on the outside looking in, but again, he does have a guaranteed starting spot as being one of the 2 high point men after last night.
Right now he would be starting in 19th because Davenport raced his way in now down the back straightaway. Rice will have a run. And that Rick Jones team, Sinessa's number 11. But up front, it is all Fergie time in 22. Man, I tell you what, last year he had that team. Remember, he was driving the Team Zero car, had an accident. Where was it at Ultimate? And his season, it was not been the same since. And he's got this new Stinger. They built him out of Tennessee. And right now, he looks really good at a turn 1, DJ, here at heat number 2.
And there's a good battle right there for the 5th position in this one. Spencer Hughes has it. Corey Lawler trying to take it away. Let's not forget Corey Lawler was quick in Dirt Draft Hot Laps a little earlier. This happens well behind what's shaping up to be a good battle for right there for the 3rd spot. Dustin Sorensen has 3rd. Josh Rice doesn't want a provisional, James. The difference would be starting 14th if he races his way in versus starting 19th if he has to take a provisional.
But you also don't want to stick it in the wall, right?
That is correct.
Dustin Sorensen has that spot, trying to make his first ever dream in his first attempt. Rice will try the bottom. Big $30,000 victory here one night ago. But up front, it is Chris Ferguson. It is Dalton Wilson. They are dominating. One of the best races on the track. Whoa, Sorensen got way out high there. Off at turn 4, we got 9 down, still 6 to go. Rice is going to go to the top, DJ, and here comes the momentum down the back straightaway in the 11.
Yeah, Josh Rice, again, a winner here last night. Biggest career win, $30,000. Rice has started this race 4 times, with 6 back in 2015. Dustin Sorensen, defending World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year, former USMTS Modified champ, trying to hang on for 5 more laps and race his way into the Dirt Late Model Dream for the first time in his career. Rice, though, has a run in turns 3 and 4. This is the battle for the final transfer spot, James.
Yeah, traffic for your leader. Ferguson down the back straightaway. Rice, he'll diamond off that corner to turn number 2. This is where he got the momentum. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Rice right on the deck lid of Sorensen. He'll dive to the inside and throw the slider. And Rice is going to do it. Rice goes to 3rd. But meanwhile, Ferguson in traffic. They almost got together with a lap car.
With Rod Conley.
But Wilson cannot gain much at all. It's still Chris Ferguson dominating, nearly 2 seconds the advantage with 2 laps to go.
Yeah, Fergie looking like the Fergie of old out front in this one. Good to see the Mount Holly, North Carolina driver running well on the right side of your screen. Josh Rice has put distance between himself and Dustin Sorensen. He's going to try to hang on. James White flags out, final time around for Chris Ferguson.
And that's Stinger Clements into turn number 1. He's got a couple of cars in front of him. Meanwhile, Wilson working the bottom on Rod Conley. Ferguson's going to lead wire to wire. He's still going to cross the scales. Chris throws it in. Got to be careful. Oh, man. He and Bowersock. He's going to win it. 2nd is going to be Big Perm. 3rd will be Josh Rice. 4th will be Sorensen.
So Sorensen will go to a B main, as will Spencer Hughes, Dan Ebert, Jayden Freen, Corey Lawler, Chad Simpson, and Michael Page. So 3rd goes to Josh Rice, so that means the top 2 point drivers have locked in. Next 2 drivers in line for provisionals will be Bobby Ayerson, then Brandon Overton. 3rd goes to Rice. 2nd goes to the 18D of Dalton Wilson. He will start 8th, and there's your winner. He will roll from the 5th starting spot here this evening. He is the driver of Mount Holly, North Carolina, in the Spartan Transportation, Live Oak Family Dentistry, Animal Care Clinic Split-sponsored Stinger race car. How about it, ladies and gentlemen? It's Fergie time. Chris Ferguson.
Chris Ferguson, 5 Dirt Late Model Dream starts to his credit entering tonight. This will be his 6th, his best finish, a 3rd back in 2021. He'll make weight on the scales. He'll pull down. We'll catch an interview with your driver, who, as DJ said, is going to start 5th here tonight after winning iBox Spring Heat Race number 1. Let's get a Coleman Farms interview with the number 22. Well, how about this, Chris? This Stinger race car is going to start 5th here tonight. Could you ask for any more out of this weekend so far?
Oh, man, not really. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of expectations. Sometimes people forget that I'm any good anymore. So I'm here to tell you God's great. Jesus is real. And with all the right people, the right places, even when you're not racing that much, you can come out here, win a heat race at the Dream 100 and give ourselves a chance at winning. And good Lord willing, we'll be there at the end.
Show Fergie some love. Chris Ferguson wins heat race number 2. He'll start 5th in tonight's 100 lapper.
Justin Duty with issues at the end of that heat race, and he is getting towed off the racetrack. That's a tough break for the Oregon native and the Don Frank Floors number 15, James. Duty had a good run here, had a good run going here the other night. He ran in the 11th spot for most of that heat race. And unfortunately, he is going off the racetrack on the hook. We've got iBox Springs heat race number 3 in the staging lane. They're going to pick some debris up off turns 1 and 2. And while they do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for this 3rd iBox Springs heat.
On the pole, the driver of the 1 here in 2009. He's currently 2nd in the Hunt to Front Super Dirt Series points. It'll be Jimmy Owens out of Newport, Tennessee. And on the outside, looking for, this will be his first Dream Start, right, if he makes it in? The 10 out of Milton, Florida in the Kubota Tractors entry. That is Joseph Joyner.
9th on the Hunt the Front point standings. Row number 2 on the inside out of Prattsville, Arkansas. In the C8, that's Timmy Culp. And on his outside, looking for his first win in the Dirt Late Model Dream out of Oakwood, Illinois, the smooth operator, Bobby Pierce.
Row 3 will be Ethan Dotson. He's out of Bakersfield, California, currently 8th in the World of Outlaw Series points. And on the outside of him will be the 114 out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. That is Jordan Kohler.
We move back to row number 4 on the inside. We find Trey Mills out of St. Augustine, Florida, the 14 junior. And on his outside, out of Manhattan, Illinois, the 89 is Opie. That's Mike Spatola.
Mike Spatola's cousin. It'll be Frank Kickanes Jr. He will start inside row number 5. He's out of Frankfort, Illinois. And on the outside, it'll be Brendan Smith in the Sean Smith 17 SS. He is out of Dade City, Florida.
Then we move back to row number 6 on the inside. We find the driver out of Jackson, Ohio. That's Seth Daniels in the S21, and on his outside, the mod standout from Yoder, Indiana, the 114, that's Clayton Bryant.
The 55 trying to get his first start here at Eldora in the main event. It'll be Eli Johnson. He's out of Moorhaven, Florida. And Dustin Nobby, he is in the 5N. He is out of Batesville, Indiana.
And your final 2 starters scheduled to be Ashton Winger out of Hampton, Georgia, in that Freddie Smith throwback. And on his outside out of Camden, Ohio, in the 4G, Cody Evans. Again, that's the starting lineup for Ibach Springs. Heat race number 3, if everybody answers the call, we'll have 16 drivers racing 15 laps. The top 3 will race their way in, and they will go for starting spots 4, 9, and 15. So the winner of this one starts outside row 2 in the Dirt Late Model Dream.
So far, 6 in the show, only 1 former winner. That would be Davenport, who starts 13th here tonight. Where will Rice start, did you say? One of the winners last night along with Davenport?
He rolls from 14th.
So as you mentioned in provisional, so we go down the list. It's Pierce, Overton, Thornton, Alberson will be the next 4. Turbo was 7th. He's already in. Big Perm is in. And then you'd have Timothy Colt. But that's to be determined here in a little bit after the 6 heat races are complete.
It's all unofficial.
How about Jimmy Owens? A year without a win, and then over the last month he's won a couple of times. He's currently 2nd in the Hunt to Friend Super Dirt Series. I'm sure he'll be at Smoky Mountain next weekend in Roger Sellers' House of Power for the Mountain Moonshine Classic. Joseph Joyner on the outside. And that number 10, the Kubota entry.
Jimmy Owens, 2-time World 100 champ, 2009 Dirt Late Model Dream winner. Barney Craig in that Eldora Speedway Ford Raptor pace truck. He'll make the hard left-hand turn to the infield. 15 laps again. Starting spots 4, 9, and 15 up for grabs. Ibach Springs heat race number 3 goes green at turn number 4.
And again on the starts, they start at the opening. On restarts, it's in the pole between 3 and 4. The light pole drifting up the track. Look out. And down the back straightaway. They're going to try to go 3 wide. Pierce gets squeezed out briefly. Bobby to the outside. Out in front is Jimmy Owens.
Oh, man.
Sliding up the track in front of Pierce. Look out. Oh, man. And Bobby Pierce somehow got through there and off the pace, and there's a problem for Joyner.
Yep. Tough break for Joseph Joyner in the number 10.
Wow.
And he's got a flat left rear tire. Man, oh, man. Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida with a flat left rear tire on the Kubota Genuine Parts sponsored number 10, and he will have to make his way to the hot pit.
So we did get, or did we? Yeah, we did, didn't we? We got a lap, or not?
Close. It's close.
It's close. They're going. Let's see here. Ben, yes.
Now here he comes. He's down here at the
close.
They're going to try to get it. One of 5 Capital cars. Man, what a successful weekend for these Capital race cars. And 43 of Stewart almost put it in as well, as he had some issues, got caught up in an accident, but the crew going to work. These Capital cars have had a heck of a showing.
Is that Ricky Thornton Jr.
Ricky
down there,
Thornton Jr.
helping him with a change of left rear tire?
Yep.
That's cool.
So, but Joyner will give up that spot. He was scheduled to go again outside front row and didn't make it a lap, but he's going to try to get back again. There are no courtesy laps here at Eldora, so they've got to hustle. They got to go down here and stop, and then they'll let them back out on the racetrack. So I'm guessing no lap was completed, right? Was it? Well,
to be determined.
To be determined.
All right,
so
well,
Owens
Joyner
and now Culp, right?
Yeah, and so they're getting ready to go back green. Joyner will have to rejoin this field. They're going to wave him out. Yeah, boy, he's going to be a half a lap behind these guys. He is going to have to hope for a caution here. Green flag is going to fly in turn number 4, James.
Here we go. In heat number 3. Jimmy Owens, Timothy Colt, Bobby Pierce, Ethan Dotson out at 2 down the back straightaway. How about Timothy Colt? Great job last night. He ran to the top 3. In fact, he led, of course, for a while. Here comes Pierce, slides up the track, and we got one around backwards, and Daniels clips him.
Yeah, it was Jordan Kohler. He came in incredibly hot down in turns 3 and 4, got into the side of Ethan Dotson, and the 114 goes around. I mean, he had a head full of steam down there on turn number 4. That caution, and we called it, that caution is a huge break for Joseph Joyner, who will have the half-track gap now erased.
So Kohler, Daniels clipped him just barely. We'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah, watch the orange and black 114 right there. Yeah, he got a run.
Oh, man, right into the side of Ethan Dotson, turn around and in the right rear on Seth Daniels. So Kohler will have to go to the back. So I still don't believe we got a lap in, right? So
damage.
Seth Daniels currently 4th in the Northern All-Star points. We'll take a look in his car when he comes back around. So we'll go back to that. Yes, there you see right there. He got the top of the right rear quarter panel and the spoiler support. He's beside the 55 of Eli Johnson, making his first Eldora appearance. Down to you guys.
Also talking about Ethan Dotson, he was initially part of that. Talked to R.C. Whitwell, crew chief for that team. They took the engine out of the car owner's team. John Henderson, he said it was straight up 6-pack. They went and took the engine out of Turk Logan's car, and they put the bum engine in there. They put the good one into Ethan Dotson's car as he tries to put it into the Dirt Late Model Dream here tonight.
But how about Timothy Culp? What a story this would be, Ben. I mean, how many starts does he have this year? He's running the
4.
Comp Camp Super Dirt Series. They were rained out this weekend.
Yep, 4 starts this year, trying to put it in the big show here tonight.
You mentioned the great Billy Moyer leading the Comp Camp Super Dirt Series points. All right, we'll try it again for the 3rd time. It'll be Owens and Culp at the opening. The green is out here at Eldora in Heat 3 for the Dirt Late Model Dream.
Timmy Culp got a good start, James. He got a good start.
He had to back out of it down the back straightaway. Pierce, here comes Ethan Dotson. Ethan Dotson, he's not afraid to throw it in there. Off at turn 4, look out, that's not gonna, wow, man, they get together. That's Spatola
and Mills.
Man, he sent that one into Mayberry, didn't he? I mean, holy cow. He comes out of there. Look out, they bump Bills. Then this is for the dream, man. It's $100,000 to win. $700,000 this week. They're going for it. Jimmy Owens looking good, Dustin Cherry.
Oh my goodness! We need the James Essex quadruple box on this one. That's the battle for 5th. Brendan Smith, Frank Heckenus Jr., Jordan Kohler trying to work his way from the back of the field. While all this is going on, the lead quartet has separated themselves from the rest of the field. It's Jimmy Owens, Timmy Culp, and right now Bobby Pierce. Pierce, if he finished 3rd, would start 15th. Davenport starting 13th, one of the other favorites in this one.
Ethan Dotson, though, may have something to say about it. Behind them, that is Heckenast in 99 Junior. Jimmy Owens, vintage Jimmy Owens, down yonder, right?
Move over Juicy Fruit.
Moves over Juicy Fruit. Here he comes. One of the all-time greats. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And keep on trucking, though, Jimmy. Here's the battle for 2nd. Colt looking good.
Oh, man, I was going to say, don't look now. Ethan Dotson's closing in on him, and just as I was thinking that, Dotson jumped the cushion down in turns 1 and 2, and that allowed both Culp and Pierce to pull away from the Bakersfield, California driver. Pierce giving Culp all he can handle. This happens a 2.5 seconds behind your leader, Jimmy Owens.
So if Pierce can get the 2nd, what would that be in starting spots?
9th.
9th instead of what?
15th.
Wow.
They're gunning for starting spots 4,
That's big here. Here he
9,
comes.
and 15. Yep.
He's going to throw it in. Got to be careful. Got to keep it out of the wall. He does a good job of that. Culp will get right behind him. Now Timothy will work the bottom of the C8, the Capitol versus the Longhorn. It's the Rocket out in front of Jimmy Owens. A Rocket won the 1st heat. A Stinger won the 2nd heat. Bobby Pierce now down the back straightaway. He is 2.2 seconds behind your race leader. As we come out of turn number 4 with 6 laps to go, can he catch him without a caution, Dustin Jarrett?
He just gained 0.4 on him. That lead just went from 2.2 down to 1.8. And the other thing is the back of the field is backing up to the 20 of Jimmy Owens. So Owens is going to have the 55 of Eli Johnson to contend with here pretty soon. There you saw the 55 of Johnson poking in and out of your screen. Pierce just took another 10th off of Jimmy Owens' lead, this time by 4 to go.
This is it right here. If he can get by Johnson, he goes in right behind him. That'll hold him up momentarily. Owens has got to make quick work of Johnson. He will into turn 1. 4 laps to go to start on the outside of row number 2 for the Dirt Late Model Dream, and he'll stretch it out down the back straightaway, DJ. It's 1.4 as they come out of turn 4 with 3 laps to go here in heat number 3.
Yeah, Jimmy Owens is going to have the S21 to Seth Daniels to contend with as well, but then a clear track in front of him. Owens actually added a 10th to his lead that time by as Pierce having trouble disposing of Eli Johnson's number 55. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks in the air for the driver out of Newport, Tennessee, Jimmy Owens.
Did Jordan Kohler restart on the tail?
Yes, he did.
He is 4th. That young man is putting on a show in the 114. He'll have a good starting spot in one of the B mains unless he gets a caution and get around Cole. White flag. Jimmy Owens out at turn 4 with the lead. White flag to go to win heat here for the 2009 Dirt Late Model Dream winner.
And Jordan Kohler, he's on the right side of your screen, James. He was almost up underneath the rear decking of Timmy Culp's C8. Culp's been able to pull away. Checkered flag in the air. The winner of Ibach Springs heat race number 3 is going to be Jimmy Owens. Second's going to go to Bobby Pierce, and Timmy Culp will race his way in. He will finish in the 3rd spot. Jordan Kohler, Ethan Dotson, Frank Heckenus, Mike Spatola, they will go to one of the B mains a little bit later on this evening. So Timmy Culp races his way in. He'll start 15th. Bobby Pierce gets 2nd. He will start 9th here tonight. And your winner will start on the outside of row number 2. That Reese Monument Boom Test Well Service Ultimate Towing and Recovery Elite Ready Mix sponsored number 20 out of Newport, Tennessee. How about at Eldora, the Newport Nightmare, Jimmy Owens.
Jimmy Owens tonight will be his 18th start in the Dirt Late Model Dream. He was the champion back in 2009. A 2-time winner this year in the Kohler Motorsports number 20. And Jimmy Owens didn't start this race last year. Tonight, though, he is going to roll off from starting spot number 4 after winning Ibach Springs heat race number 3. We'll get a Coleman Farms interview running a little bit hot there. And we'll let him get down here and try to cool it down just a little bit. A lot of these guys tonight running hot on a very aggressive racetrack. Jimmy's keeping an eye on the temperature gauge. We're spraying a little water on it. And he will shut it off in just a second. 3 heat races down, 3 to go. But this is a veteran, one of 17 drivers to win this race. And Jimmy will kill the motor as gets that temperature down. Jimmy, I tell you what, the race car might be running hot tonight, but how good does it feel to be a heat race winner starting on the 2nd row of the Dream?
Yeah, you know, it's been a while since we've been a heat race winner. Car's working really good right now. The invert worked to our advantage, so we didn't have to pass too many cars. I was wondering how many takeoffs we was going to get before we had to do it again, but everything worked out great. You know, I gotta thank Bobby Kohler for giving me the opportunity to be here, and thank all my crews and all my friends and family that's came along to help us this weekend.
Jimmy Owens, he's back at Eldora. The Newport Nightmare will start 4th in the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream.
And
the answer is 3.
I've confirmed, yes, I've confirmed with the GOAT, Todd Turner, and Kevin Kovac. Can you believe this, James? That is the first time Jimmy Owens has won a Saturday heat race for the Dirt Late Model Dream. How about that?
He's been on a roll the last month, a couple of victories. All right, heat number 4. The winner will start inside of row number 2. Trying to become the first driver ever from the state of Montana to make a starting lineup here at Eldora. It's Michael Leach. On the outside of him, in the 40B, he comes to us out of Brandon, Florida. That is the killer Kyle Bronson in 40B.
Brandon, Florida on the outside of row 1. A pair of Brandons in row 2. Shepard on the inside in the Rocket 1. Overton on the outside in the Longhorn Factory 76.
Kale Green, Pelion, South Carolina, the 4. Jason Fager, Bloomington, Illinois. Ryan Gustin, Marshalltown, Iowa. Hudson O'Neill, Martinsville, Indiana.
Oh, my. Look at this heat. Troutman, Carpenter, Ivy, Noonan, Freddie Carpenter, Brandon Moore, Austin Kirkpatrick, 15 laps, top 3 transfer. The winner starts 3rd. Second place starts 10th. Third place starts 16th. This is Integra Shocks and Springs Heat Race number 4.
And the Brandon's in there. Overton's won it 3 times. Shepard's won it once. Out at 2. They hop through there down the back straightaway. Michael Leach, Lowenbro Motorsports with the lead. Here he comes out of turn number 4. Shepard, the Valvoline number 1. Brandon Shepard, the winner here back in 2019 in the Rocket 1. Bronson on the bottom. Oh, we got a good one brewing down the back straightaway. So far, it's been Rocket, Stinger, and Rocket to victory lane. Look at this, Bronson on the bottom. He will leave Sheppy plenty of room, and they might have touched briefly, but no, they are going at it in a 1. Good race, Dustin Jarrett.
Kyle Bronson going to drive down to the inside and try to reclaim that second spot away from Shep. Michael Leach out front. James, have you ever been to Sun River, Montana? Have you been to Montana?
No, I have not.
Well, Montana has been to Ohio, and he's trying to visit Victory Lane. Michael Leach, Kyle Bronson, Brandon Shepard, 3 cars under a blanket for the lead in this one.
Great job by Michael Leach, a rookie. Late model racing down the back straightaway side by side. Montana and Florida. Throwing it in is KB M40. Bronson, Shepard on the bottom, down the main straightaway. And Bronson, so Leach goes from the lead to 3rd.
Yeah,
within a half a lap.
And Overton's right there as well. Here comes Hudson O'Neill down on the inside. Business picking up just behind these drivers in the battle for the final transfer. Battle for the lead on your left. Battle for the final transfer on the right. Overton trying to take it away.
Eldora, we love you. The Mecca, then to turn number 2. B-Shep on the bottom, slips up the track. Down the back straightaway. Overton's going to 3rd. Here comes Leach. Here comes Fager. And here comes O'Neill. With the battle, all eyes up front. And the caution is out.
1 car around on the very inside of the track over in turn number 2 will spoil the party here in Integra Shocks and Springs. Heat race number 4 as Cale Green is pointed in the wrong direction here at the Big E.
They're just running for 100,000, right? I mean,
that's all.
gosh.
Yeah, that's all.
Hey, Leach did a great job there. He right now is in 3rd. He is in a transfer spot, but how about that battle up front between Kyle Bronson and Brandon Shepard? What a show here in Heat 4.
Randy, we watched these first few heats around the top. It's starting to widen out, though. What do you see out of this racetrack?
Well, it's definitely widened out quicker than it was last night, but what's happening now is when you get into 1 and 2, you see those guys, they have to skate up to the cushion to get that run off, and then that makes the bottom keep up with it a little better. Surprised me that Kyle could hang with them like he could and then get the slider in the other end. So the track's going to be really good here.
5 laps in the books, 10 laps to go. Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 4 comes back to the green flag. Who's that way up high? That's Drake Troutman. He's fresh off a 6-figure payday last week in the Modified World Championship at Mississippi Thunder Speedway. Brandon Overton to 3rd. Here comes Hudson O'Neill to 4th.
O'Neill cut it hard down last night. He had gone from 23rd to 9th, trying to come back through. They had to rebuild that car. They're side by side at a turn number 4. This is lap 6. Every lap has been competitive. B-Ship throwing it on the bottom. Now they'll slide up the track. Here comes O'Neill down the back straightaway in on Overton. They're still side by side. Shepard and Bronson. Brandon's trying to clear him. He will off of turn 4. Side by side behind them with Overton and O'Neill.
Oh my, oh baby. Brandon Shepard, Brandon Florida, Brandon Overton, and Hudson O'Neill trying to spoil the all-Brandon trio at the front of this one. 8 laps in the books this time by Brandon Shepard. Makes it official with the scoring. Luke Bronson 2nd on the right side of your screen. Now full screen. That's the battle for the 3rd and final transfer spot.
O'Neill throws it in. He'll clear Overton. Brandon will do the crossover down the back straightaway. O'Neill hold his line. Then is Troutman. Brandon Shepard pulling away. The Valvoline Durham Ford number 1 with the lead. Here's the battle for 3rd. It is O'Neill. Overton pedaling hard is Troutman. Leach, Fager, Gustin.
What a heat race. What? There is some heat in this one, man. While all this has gone on, Brandon Shepard is just on a Sunday afternoon drive as he has stretched out to over a 2-second advantage on what's shaping up to be a pretty good battle for the 2nd spot. James Hudson O'Neill, he has come from the 8th starting spot, now in a battle for the bridesmaid honors with Kyle Bronson, this time by 4 to go.
It's a thin cushion line. O'Neill is right there on Bronson. He will be half a car length back. He'll throw the slider this time in turn 2, trying to make it stick. And he will, and O'Neill will go to 2nd from 8th. but it is all Brandon Shepherd. The winner here in 2019 for Rocket One. Back with Rocket One here in 2025. O'Neill's second. Third is Bronson as we come off of turn number 4. 2 laps to go.
And Brandon Overton's coming in a hurry, James. Now, he is the first driver in line for a provisional, is Brandon Overton. So if he doesn't grab that third transfer spot, he will start 19th here this evening. The driver that finishes third in this one starts 16th. Second place in this race starts 10th. Brandon Shepherd. He has got it'll be about 4 seconds this time by. He's out front looking to start third here tonight, 1 to go.
O'Neill second.
Comes Overton.
Bronson, final lap. Brandon Overton. If he doesn't make it, he'll start 19th out of turn number 2. And Bronson's pulling away. It is all Brandon Shepherd over 3 seconds is going to win this one, Dustin Jarrett.
Shep gets the win in Integra Shocks and Springs heat race number 3. Second to Hudson O'Neill, and Kyle Bronson hangs on to the final transfer spot. Brandon Overton was the first driver in line for a provisional. He will unofficially start 19th here tonight. So there's a look at the rest of the top 10 on the left side of your screen. Kyle Bronson finishes in third, finishing in second, Hudson O'Neill. And there is your winner. Out of New Berlin, Illinois, he is the driver of the Valvoline, Swabert Calf Ranches, Petroff Towing, Performance Grading, Ace Metalworks, Gunner's Honey, Franklin Enterprises, Fox Shock sponsored. Number 1, he is the 2019 Dirt Late Model Dream winner. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, out of New Berlin, Illinois, Brandon Shepherd. He's going to make his way into the scale area, and as long as he meets the minimum weight requirement of 2350, he will grab a word with Mike Norris as the winner of Integra Shocks and Springs heat race number 4. Mike?
Well, thank you very much, guys. Again, since 2019, it's been all Georgia, hasn't it? Of course, Brandon Overton, 3 in a row. And then Jonathan Davenport, two more after that. Again, same song, different dance here that they're going to try to keep this motor cool. Looks like they call off the dogs there, but they're going to put some water in the radiator. But again, Brandon's been fast this weekend, but not flashy, I guess. But man, he just needed an opportunity. These rocket chassis, last couple of heat races have been on point. And man, what a run for the Rocket One. Congratulations, Brandon. A little tricky off of turn 4 there, skating around a little bit, but man, you guys got a hot rod. Can you do it for 100 laps and win the Dirt Late Model Dream?
Oh man, I sure hope so. It's awesome every time we get to come to Eldora Speedway and race in front of this huge crowd. And, super thankful that my family gets to be here with me and to support me, and super thankful for my crew and my car owners, Mark and Steve, and my dad and my grandpa back home. And my dad's here, but my grandpa back home, and just everybody that supports this team. And we really appreciate them. The boys been working their tails off on this thing. I got a pretty good balance right there. I think once the track slows down, it'll come to me a little bit better, but overall, so far so good, so we'll see what happens.
He has been the model of consistency here in 2025. Can he knock down a 6-figure payday? B. Shep will start third.
All right.
I don't think Grandpa Shep is going to be calling on him. He did fine there, didn't he?
That's right,
So
Pappy.
4 heat races, 3 wins for Rocket, 1 for Stinger.
How about that? And you know what's up next, James? Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 5. The winner of this one will start on the outside front row of the Dirt Late Model Dream.
It'll be Austin Smith. He is out of Cedartown, Georgia. The capital, number 11 on the outside will be Chris Smokey Madden, the GR Smith 44. He is at a great course, South Carolina.
Row 2 on the inside, trying to make this race for the 18th consecutive year. Fan favorite Dale McDowell in the 17M, and on his outside, the 20 RT out of Chandler, Arizona, Ricky Thornton Jr.
Row 3, the Coleman Farms Racing 96. It'll be Tanner English. He's out of Benton, Kentucky, and outside the Skyline Motorsports Infinity by Wells out of Winfield, Tennessee. It is Mike Marlar.
Row number 4 on the inside, scheduled to be Carson Ferguson. He's going to a backup car. I believe he falls back. It'll be Devin Moran on the outside of row 4 out of Dresden, Ohio in the 99.
The James Ratliff 12. It'll be Jason Jameson. He's out of Lawrenceburg, Indiana, the 28B alongside That is Carson Brown. He is out of New London, North Carolina.
Clay Harris scheduled to start on the inside of row 6. He calls Jupiter, Florida home, and on his outside, out of Chalk Hill, Pennsylvania, the 25Z, that's Mason Ziegler.
It'll be Justin Cooper, the 00, trying to make it his first crown jewel race at Eldora. He is out of Wheelersburg, Ohio, and former Dirt Late Model Dream winner back in 2016. It'll be Dennis Erb Jr. He is out of Cartersville, Illinois, and scheduled to start shotgun. It'll be the 12. Out of Pennsboro, West Virginia, is Ryan Payne.
15 laps. Integra Shocks and Springs heat number 3. Third place in this race will start 17th here tonight. Look at that crowd. Second in this heat will start 11th. And the winner of this one will start on the outside front row of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream.
All right, the Eldora pace truck.
Ben Sukup there. He is kind of right out there in no man's land, just behind turn number 3.
Why not?
Changing the right front, sure. Or left front, rather, yeah.
He feels like he's out in Nebraska, right out in the middle of nowhere, right?
That's right. That's right.
Norfolk, Nebraska. He needed to bring Junior Coover with him just for the, right? Tad Pospischal.
Him and Al Humphrey. Let's get
Al Humphrey,
here.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, the one to go signal. Heat 5.
Outside.
Infamous at Eldora, right?
Oh, goodness.
Austin Smith.
What?
His dad, Chad Smith, co-owners with Shane Clan of Capital Race Cars. Chris Madden, 44. His heartbreak here at Eldora over the years. Dale McDowell.
Mr. Consistency.
He's not going to sandbag this
when you
17th, right?
When you look, well, he runs better when he comes from the tail of the field. When you look through this field, I mean, again, you look at Madden and McDowell and Thornton and English and Marlar and Ferguson and Moran and Erb, etc. Wouldn't it be something if Austin Smith? Could he hold those drivers off? Winner starts on the outside front row here tonight. 15 laps. They go green in turn number 4.
Here we go at the opening underway. Oh, man, for the outside of the front row. Thornton up top. Matt's going to grab the lead out at 2 down the back straightaway. And Thornton grabbed the wall, and it's no go. We've got a caution on the racetrack. Did we have a jump?
I believe they are going to pull that start back.
Now remember, on the starts, the original starts, they start at the opening, right? The opening in the wall. On restarts, it's the light pole right in the middle of 3 and 4. On restarts, they can fire at the apex. You did who had apex on their bingo card, right?
That is not on the drink.
Well,
apex is not on the drinking game.
We will. I think, yeah. Carson Ferguson went to a backup car. Right.
And that's been an Eldora rule for, I mean, as long as you and I have been coming here. If you're in a backup car, you go to the tail end of the field. So that's the fate bestowed on the Paylor Motorsports number 93. So we'll try it again, this time by Austin Smith and Chris Madden, bringing them to the green. Winner starts on the outside front row of the 31st annual Dirt Late Model Dream.
Here we go, green out. See what Dennis Erb Jr. can do from the back at 28. And Austin Smith rolls on the bottom. Madden. Thornton down the back straightaway. Here comes Dale McDowell. Dale McDowell, he's always a line lower than anyone else. He'll work the middle. Up top out at turn 4. Here comes Mikey Marlar. 1 lap in the books, and it is Chris Madden with the lead.
Now look at Austin Smith battling back down to the inside. We took that second spot back away from RT. RTJ trying to get a run back on the outside. Mike Marlar trying to get by Dale McDowell, rather.
Moran in 99, down the main straightaway. Into 1, Mad looking good. Ricky Thornton Jr. runs second. Austin Smith hanging in there, running for the World of Outlaws Rookie of the Year. Down the back straightaway, working the outside. Into turn number 3, the 157, the Infinity by Wells. Off at turn 4, Marlar's got it going on. Marlar, no, he crossed over, man, that was close. And Mikey throwing it in.
Oh, man.
How about Mike Marlar?
Move over dream format. Mike Marlar is up to the 3rd spot, James.
He's got a good hot rod.
Oh, and McDowell to 4th. McDowell just drove that one all the way to Salina.
Dale McDowell here comes behind them. Austin Smith's going to lose another spot. It's Jason Jameson, and the caution is out. Caution out on the racetrack.
Clay Harris, the Jupiter, Florida driver, with the caution flag. Slow on the inside of the speedway at the end of the back straightaway. You can see his helmet is off, and it looks like his night is finished. Flat tire on the Jupiter, Florida driver's number 6, and his heat race will come to an end here tonight, James. 4 laps in the books.
So as we mentioned all week long, for those new, and I did meet a lot of people here for the first time. Of course, they've seen it on Flow, I'm sure, but maybe not. It's double file restarts all the way to the end.
Boy, we've had a lot of fun talking to all the fans here.
Absolutely. They are the best. So
Yes.
it'll be Madden and Thornton will be side by side. Then it'll be Marlar and McDowell, Austin Smith and Jason Jamison, Moran and English. And again, if we get down to 1 lap to go and there's a caution, it's not a white check. It's not a green white. It's a green white checkered. It's 2 laps to go always.
Good look
so
there.
Spring off of the 6 car, so we'll clear that off the track.
There's the spring. Great look from our K1 race gear drone there just before that. Well, 4 down, 11 to go. This is Heat 5, and we know the history on 5th heat races and crown jewels here at the Big E.
Still the most unbelievable heat race ever, right? They take the green and there's a rain shower in turn 1, right?
Only turn 1.
Only turn 1.
It was incredible. They come back.
And then we came back and ran heat 6 and then allowed them to fix their cars. They came back and ran heat 5.
Yeah,
right.
And Bloomquist won and was light at the scales again.
And
that's just one example of the Heat 5 mystique, the legend of Heat 5 here at Eldora.
Well, for the outside of the front row, so Chris Madden, and we'll get them singled out, and then we'll clear the track, and then we'll double them up. So we've got 4 laps down, 11 laps to go for the outside of the front row.
Well, and that's the thing, right? I mean, that's what you got to keep in mind. There is a big difference in winning this heat versus second. Whereas Heat 1, the winner of Heat 1 starts 6th. The second place in Heat 1 starts 7th. You get back to Heat 5, the winner starts 2nd. The driver that finishes 2nd in this race will start 11th. It's a 9-position swing right there.
Right, and again, an update on some of the pre-race favorites. Obviously, Davenport's going to start 13th. Pierce is going to start 9th.
Yeah.
In the main event.
1 provisional spoken for already. Brandon Overton, we know he's going to start 19th as well. He was the 4th highest point man after last night. The drivers above him, Davenport, Rice, and Pierce. They've raced their way in. Next driver in line for a provisional would be Ricky Thornton Jr. He's currently in a transfer spot. After that would be Garrett Alberson. Alberson is in heat race number 6.
And again, those cars will know after heat 6 they will not have to run a B main. So then McDowell is in this race. Then it would be Blair who's in the next race. So yet to be decided that one, the second provisional. Here we go, 4 in the books. Madden and Thornton on the restart, back underway at Eldora in heat 5. Marlar's got a good hot rod, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Mike Marlar started 6th in an incredibly tough heat race. Look at this. Death, Taxes, and Dale McDowell on the bottom at Eldora.
Here he comes.
I mean.
And he's going to go side to side. He is going to clear Thornton. He's going to take 2nd. Can he go another lane lower?
Hey, Dale McDowell is the gift that keeps on giving, man. I mean, he really is the 59-year-old out of Chickamauga, Georgia. Dale McDowell doing Dale McDowell things here at the Big E.
Thornton, no way.
Oh, you got to get back down to the bottom,
How did he squeeze
Dale.
around?
You're too high, Dale. Way too high. You don't
needs
run
to
up
be
there.
running the pit lane. He's that low.
You got a limbo, baby.
Here he goes. Oh, baby. Here comes McDowell. Dale's going to throw it in on Madden. How many races have those two run together?
Yes.
Madden and McDowell. Thornton squeeze. How do you do that?
Can we make every heat race heat 5?
Thornton's going to lose momentum. McDowell will too. Chris Madden pull it away. Behind them, it's Marlar and Jamison is up to 5th.
Racing. Jason Jamison.
Marlar throwing it in on Jamison. Here they come out of turn 4. 8 down, 7 to go.
halfway.
Look at Dennis Erb there on the right side of your screen.
I told you to watch out for him.
He has come from basically last up to the 6th position.
Yep, he's not done yet. Here they come out of turn 4. It's still Madden, McDowell, Thornton now, and under siege by the 12.
Thornton's barely hanging on, man.
Jameson.
Yep.
Has he ever made a dream? He's made the world.
Jason Jameson made it one time. He led the first 8 laps back in 2018.
He's doing it for Thornton. He got it really sideways, Jameson. He's doing it for Gullett. You know they're all doing it for Gullett. Big Perm's already in the show. James trying to put it in.
James.
Battle for the lead?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dale McDowell. Dale McDowell on the bottom at Eldora going for the lead.
Through the middle.
Oh,
on
man.
Madden. Can you imagine over the last, 30 years, these two guys? Here comes McDowell on the bottom. You know Dale's not going to throw a wild slider, right? I mean, he's going to go try to drive that one down the back straightaway.
There is nobody that will keep a car straighter.
Oh, Dale throws it in. Dale threw it in. Madden with the crossover. They're side by side at the line. Who's it going to be? A car length Madden. This is what it's all about.
Oh, it's
Two
fun.
of the best ever in the sport. And meanwhile, Ricky Thornton Jr. is going to close on him down the back straightaway. He still have how many? 2 to go coming up.
Ricky Thornton Jr. was almost out of a transfer spot, and he is gaining wholesale
He might end up winning it.
McDowell to the lead.
2 to go.
Oh.
Thornton's going to be married to the top.
Oh, my.
Here comes Thornton. He'll get that run out of 2, trying to make it stick. Jameson in 4th down the back straightaway. Thornton has a beat on Madden. It'll leave him room. And Thornton squeezes by again. Here they come out of turn 4. White flag. 1 lap to go. McDowell, can he hold off RTJ into turn 1, Dustin Jarrett?
It's a difference of starting 2nd and 11th in the Dirt Late Model Dream. ORT maybe slipped up right there. He's going to have one final set of corners, but I don't think he's close enough. 3 things are certain at Eldora Speedway: death, taxes, and Dale McDowell. He's going to start on the outside front row here tonight. 2nd spot will go to Ricky Thornton Jr. 3rd will go to Chris Madden. Jameson, Dennis Erb from 14th to 5th. Marler, Moran, English, Ferguson, Ziegler. Madden gets 3rd, he'll start 17th. Thornton gets 2nd, he'll start 11th, and your winner out of Chickamauga, Georgia, in the Shane McDowell Racing, Reese Monument Company, SNH Systems, Batmaster, Campbell Industries, sponsored 17M. Eldora, he's going to start on the outside front row here tonight. The 59-year-old Mac Daddy Dale McDowell.
So many years, guys. He's came up and talked to me so close. Is this the year he's going to start up front? That's the difference. We're going to ask him the strategy. Again, he does have a couple of wins here in 2025. Hunt the Front, won 15,000 at Smoky Mountain. And of course, a World 100 winner and a Dirt Late Model Dream winner. As it gets unstrapped, got the helmet off. Dale McDowell, congratulations. You're going to start on the front row of the 31st Dirt Late Model Dream. You don't have to come from the back. This one should be easy, my man.
Well, I don't know. It's awfully tough. Man, it's fun racing with those guys. And really, I'm no good in those conditions. So hats off to Shane, the boys. They got the car balanced pretty good, so I could halfway get it around through there, but had a lot of tough competition behind us. So I'm just happy to be in this thing, and gets tougher and tougher. Them young guys make it tougher and tougher. So thanks to all you race fans. Hopefully we can put on a good show for you guys later.
Well, I tell you what, the veterans at the front of this field, Chris Smoky Madden, and this one, let's hear it for Dale Mac Daddy McDowell.
A good show later. That was a good show.
Oh, man.
Right there, right now.
They've all been good. All right.
All right, you know what this means, DJ.
Integra Shocks and Springs Heat 6. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this heat race will start on the pole with a Dirt Late Model Dream.
It'll be Shane Clanton. He won this race in 2012. He's out of Zebulon, Georgia, and on the outside, Former dirt track world champion winner, the 10 out of Madison, Georgia. That is Garrett Smith.
Max Blair will have the Brad Spochaz 111 on the inside of row 2, and on his outside, out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, in the 58, Garrett Albertson.
Will Harrington, the Bruce Kane Racing 15K. He is out of Hawkinsville, Georgia. The youngster Tristan Chamberlain, the 20 TC, the Gibson Motorsports entry. He is out of Richmond, Indiana.
Golden Beard, Tyler Bruning inside row 4, on his outside, D-Mac, Donald McIntosh in 79.
Clint Keenan out of Pataskil, Ohio on the 29. Brody Smith, the rookie of the 17 SR out of Dade City, Florida.
Jackson Heiss is in the 388. The 1G, Columbus, Indiana's Devin Gilpin. And your final.
Zach Mitchell, the current Hunt the Front Series points leader. Keep an eye on him. He's going to start 13th. Derek Stewart out of Ainsworth, Iowa, rounds out the field for the pole. For the dirt late model dream, Clanton, Garrett Smith, Georgia, front row, Pennsylvania, New Mexico. We are underway, the final heat of the night.
An 11 position swinging this. Look at Garrett Albertson try to go to the high side. Albertson, next driver in line for a provisional, but he wants to race his way in, and Shane Clanton going to get the early advantage in this one.
Shane Clanton, only a handful of starts this year. That Capital Clement Super K Express car. Here comes second Blair in that Brad Spochaz car. Max Blair running an independent schedule the rest of the year at Albertson. That was close. Out of 2, they'll get the momentum build up. Plant looking good at a turn number 3. Here comes the 15K. He led the first 9 laps here of that feature, one of the features last night. Right now in third, had a slow rollover. And right now, he's looking good in third, DJ, but they're closing on Clanton.
Yeah, Will Harrington is indeed. Garrett Albertson is the first driver out of a transfer spot, but he's the next driver in line for a provisional. So Albertson is guaranteed a starting spot for the second time in his career in the dirt late model dream, but he'd like to race his way in. If he races his way in, Max Blair is next in line. Both those drivers in this heat race. If Albertson and Blair race their way in, it would be Nick Hoffman would be the next driver in line for a points provisional.
And again, they don't have to run the B main. Right now, Clinton 2 car lengths over Blair. Blair right through the middle in the 111. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. We've got 4 down, 11 to go. Blair closing ever so slightly. Third is Harrington, 4th is Albertson, 5th is Bruning, 6th is Garrett Smith. Max Blair came to Eldora, what, a couple of years ago for the first time, and right there he is. His dad, crew chief Robbie Blair, down the back straightaway.
It's a Capital out front in this one. We've had a Rocket, a Stinger, a Rocket, and a Team Zero win heat races. Could a Capital add their name to the list? Max Blair, he's still right there, 6 laps into this one. Will Harrington right there as well. An 11 position swing for starting spots. Second place in this race starts 12th tonight. Well documented, the winner will start on the pole.
Can you believe a front row of Shane Clanton and Dale McDowell?
In a second row, they would have Jimmy Owens in it as well.
That's what it's all about. That's what makes this sport so great. Battle back here between Smith and Bruning. Clan still holding steady. In fact, stretching it out. 7 laps to go for the 25. He's won the dirt late model dream. He's won the World 100. He's won the World of Outlaws Championship. As he comes out at turn number 4, has he turned 50 years old yet? So we'll have 3 of the first 4 starters will be 50 years and older, right?
Clanton,
he will be 50 this year.
He'll be 50 in a few months,
this year,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He has stretched his advantage out the last couple laps over Max Blair. He's slowly added a 10th or 2 every lap. 5 flanges in the air this time. 5 laps to go for the veteran out of Zebulon, Georgia, Shane Clanton.
So how hard will Garrett Albertson push it, DJ? Because he didn't make it out of this one. He was starting 20th, right?
Yeah.
Versus what?
Versus 18. Yeah. You're looking at 1 row. If I'm Garrett Albertson, in one sense, I want to race my way in. In another sense, you don't want to force the issue if you don't have to. Great look there at the Dave Poskey's Performance Parts Speed Cam.
You just want to keep it out of the wall, and he's doing a good job so far. In fact, he's going to close on Harrington out of turn number 2. We're going to have 3 to go coming up. Albertson to run down the back straightaway. The driver that's 5th in the Lucas Oil Championship points. Slowly reeling in the 15K. Meanwhile, behind them, Bruning and Smith, that spot higher starting spot in the second B main.
Here comes Albertson.
Clanton now's going to get a little bit of traffic. Garrett works the outside. Harrington's going to leave him no room. Garrett will go to the bottom. Alberson will throw the slider. Alberson will go to third. Can he make it stick, man? It is slippery, and he does. Alberson goes to third at 58, doesn't Garrett?
Man, that was a nice move by Shane Clanton and a nice move by Garrett Alberson. Will Harrington not done yet, though. So if Alberson races his way in and Blair races his way in, unofficially Nick Hoffman would be the next driver in line for a provisional, and he's down to 13th. He's 13th in the points. White flag is out, James. Final time around for Shane Clanton.
Shane Clanton and Dale McDowell in the front row.
We're going to party
here in a couple of moments.
like it's 2008 here, man.
That's right. Here comes the Georgia Bulldog in that Capital. Gets the win. Blair second. Alberson will take third, DJ.
4 spots going to go to Will Harrington, followed by Bruning, Garrett Smith, Donald McIntosh, Keenan, Gilpin, and Mitchell will round out the top 10. Finishing third in Heat 6 will be Garrett Alberson. Finishing second, he'll start 12th. The 111 of Max Blair, and your winner out of Zebulon, Georgia, in the Super K Express, Carolina Concrete finishing. Panama City Cycles M&S Concrete, Ernst Performance, sponsor 25. He's going to be your pole sitter for the 31st running of the Dirt Late Model Dream. How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for Shane Clanton?
Wow, I just heard it. Wow. Move over, young guys. The veterans are showing them how it's done here tonight. This slick and slow Eldora Speedway, of course, 2008 World 100, 2015 World of Outlaw champ, and of course, former Dirt Late Model Dream. In this Capital race car, Shane Clanton, you will bring the 31st Dirt Late Model Dream Field to Green. How about this Capital for 100 laps? Can you do it, my man?
I think we can. I love this place. They raced the racetrack for 4 days and ain't no stick to rubber there, and as slick as it is, we just got to make a couple more adjustments to be good on hard tires. We went soft like normal stuff, but got to say hats off to my crew guy. He worked his butt off.
How about these Capital race cars, and how about it for Coconut? Shane Clanton wins heat race number 6.
All right, hey, how about, speaking of the veterans, how about Donnie Moran out there in the 2-seater Eldora Speedway? Love to see it, James.
Thanks to Matt Altiers all week long. Offered this right. Thornton drove it the other night. Devin Moran last night. Old times, man. 4-time World 100 winner, the Dirt Late Model Dream winner in 96, the original Eldora Million winner in 01. He looks pretty good out there.
Yes, he does.
Maybe
all right.
Maybe even musky here in a few weeks, right?
That's right. Checkered flag coming out on the 2-seater. Checkered flag coming out on this session here. We're going to go to a quick set of commercial breaks. Coming up, Buzzy Racing Products B-Mains from the 31st Annual Dirt Late Model Dream at the Big E.
Side by side to the line, off corner number 4, Brandon Shepard wins it. What a finish in the Dirt Late Model Dream. McDowell spins to a stop.